Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 109 of our Oxygen Not Included All Achievement Run. In this episode, we are going to start fixing the hydrogen vent tamer that we have kind of sitting around over here. And I'm actually going to make a few adjustments to how we currently have it set up. So we're going to jump right in on the lowest speed just so we can get some stuff ordered up for the duplicates to do. We are going to use the water we currently have right here to fill up this area pretty quickly. We need to make more adjustments as well. If we use this setup right here, we need to change these window tiles to insulated tiles. Otherwise, the heat is never probably going to get to the temperature we need for the gases, not to turn the water into steam for the steam turbines. So we are going to actually change this, not to mafic rock. We want igneous rock, please. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want that so we can create our loop, and then it creates the steam. And then the reason I did this version instead of some of the other stuff that we have out there is, or one of the other tamers out there, is specifically to keep this cold, keep this area kind of cold. And then if we ever wanted to change the way this is set up here, or we want to cool the different crude oil coming in to see if we can lower the temperature or anything like that, for any other system that we may introduce, we want to have a cooling loop on this side of the map as well. So that's kind of where my thought process is and why we have that here. We have adapted the way that we utilize the liquid pipe thermosensor. So this is always going to be next to the input of the thermal aqua tuner. So if we look at the plumbing overlay, you will have the pipe coming in directly here, then into the thermal aqua tuner right there. So the next step that we will have, we don't need to build this, we can get rid of this, and we can probably get rid of that as well. So we will start here, and yeah, we'll let them fix that up. While we are at it, let's take a look at our carbon dioxide. So we are not removing enough right now. It was all the way down here, and we just turned off the gas pumps because we wanted to see how the slicksters fare against that. And well, it didn't really work too much. We need to have more slicksters in order to take care of that amount of carbon dioxide. So this is producing too much, so if we really want to, we would just turn these back on. We also need to fix this. We accidentally didn't make enough room for the next power transformer, so we are going to do that. And we need to also put a conductive wire here. We are going to temporarily cut the power, and then we are going to change this to a heavy watt conductive wire made out of iron. I would like to come back to the metal refinery. We should make some more steel. Honestly, you can never have enough steel, in my opinion. So the more that you queue up, the better off you will be. And then another thing I wanted to get is some ceramic. We have a ton of clay and a ton of coal. We haven't used ceramic at all, but I think we could totally, let's just do this instead. We'll do 10, 15 and 15. And then we'll do the same thing. How many do we have in here? We have 10. Let's turn that to 20. And then this one should also be 20. Okay. So we're working to get more and more closer to a tamer on this, and we're also working towards getting the other stuff done. Oh no, our poke shell. What I want to know, why haven't we gotten our reproduction egg? Do we have any? Let's see. We go here, remove. We did get one. Yeah, let's incubate one. Let's make sure that that stays incubated. What would be kind of nice is if we decided to drop off the fry eggs and everything down here and leave a pinch row egg over here, then they would take care of all of the fish for us that we have confined. But I don't know if that's what we are going to do. I haven't decided. We're gonna need to figure out if we can do that or not efficiently. So let's decide if we want to do that later on. But we need to focus on this. I want to remove a lot of this automation. This was a part of the build that some of the builds that you find online, and I think it's a little overkill. So I want to remove those automation and just kind of create our own, which will be a thermosensor that'll send the hydrogen out, and I will just attach it with a what is it here? A signal switch made out of steel. I want to do that because we don't have a location for the hydrogen right now. We already have plenty of power production, and we have way too much hydrogen already, right? So if we look here, we have way too much. So we ended up venting it into space because of how much we had, right? I'm almost considering adding a gas valve that'll just send a little bit at a time. Honestly, we should probably do that. So let's do that, right? Gas valve, flip that around, and it'll just consistently flow outside the base for a little while at least, right? So we have a pipe here that we can just connect to, and then that'll go directly out, up and around to the top, in here and out of the gas pipe. Okay, we also need to connect these, and that is going to provide a really nice setup for providing the liquids and the gases to the rockets, right? So we have what I would like to do is have it come directly out of the base right here instead of over, up, and around like it is now. So I think what we will do is get this ready. We'll do insulated pipe inside the base because I don't want the stuff to get cold or more cold than it currently is. So we'll start that here, right? Same thing for the liquid. We may need to do 2 different liquid pipes, one for the petroleum and one for the one for the petroleum and one for the water, so that way they both can be provided with the petroleum and the water, right? I believe, do we even have, is there a way to use solid rocket pocket, or solid rocket pocket, that sounds great, right? Solid rocket port loader. Okay, so that would be good as well. We'll just have that sitting here and ready and waiting. That can deliver the oxalite for us, so the duplicants don't need to do that. Yeah, so we are going to change all this to obsidian, and then we're going to add a couple, like a row of plastic tiles underneath the obsidian, since that should be perfect for keeping it safe from the rocket launch. We just want to deter the radiation going in. So liquid, we want one liquid to go here. It's insulated pipe. We'll do igneous rock again, and then that goes here. Same thing here. We'll get this ready as well. And then, does this take a shipping? It should be shipping, I think, right? Let's look at Bear. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Okay. That'll be nice for removing all this extra piping, and the only thing that's going to be running through this as well is going to be the wire. We're going to change where it goes in at to over here, but I'm not going to do that right now. We'll have to worry about that in a little bit. Honestly, if we change this up, it'll be easier, right? We can, we have a solar panel on this one, and that's going to provide the power to the battery module instead. So we'll be changing up the rockets later on. How is this going? Okay, we need to change the priority of this stuff here. And we're gonna shift over the wall so I don't have to mess with the heavy conductive wire. And then when we get this down here, I think we're good. I think we can just cut this right here. And then we should have plenty of water in here for all of the steam. We don't want to overfill it, so that would be what we want. We don't want it to get completely full where everything has a you know, 1,000 kilograms, because then it won't heat up properly and it'll take forever and it won't be efficient. We kind of did that on this section here, where we filled it up all the way, but then we deleted it, or we deconstructed this tile right here, and then that was an easy way to let the extra water out. But since we have it in a pool and it's going to drop in, I don't want it to overflow this, because down here is pretty hot. If we look at the temperature, these tiles are way too hot. In fact, they're so hot, I need to do this. Yeah, I need to make those, and we can deconstruct that one right there. No, I lied. We'll just do those. Okay. So now, let's deconstruct. Well, we'll need a thermosensor. I want it to be specific on the thermosensor, and then we are going to need to vent this out one more time. Okay, so that's looking better, right? The next step is to add some steel pipe for radiant pipes, because it's going to get pretty hot in here. So we're doing it like, no, do not change it to iron. We will wait until we have enough steel. We don't have a lot of time. Actually, did they build this stuff already? No, they did not. We will hold off on those so we can make everything on the hydrogen vent. We only have 12 cycles, so I want this to get done in a reasonable amount of time. Now we have plenty of steel. We're going over, down. Okay, and then we go back to insulated pipe. We go down and over and up. I mean, this, you can do it either way. You can go that way, or you can go up and over in this direction. But I'm thinking if I want to add any more cooling later on, it would be easier on this wall than over here, because we can't go through the neutronium. So that's why I'm putting this over here. We will have the pipe go through those. Let's see, what else do we need to do? We need some of these igneous rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna leave this one empty so they can get up and over and make all of our dreams come true with this setup. Let's go plumbing, liquid vent, steel. I mean, we could probably get away with gold. How is this one up here? Did we use gold? We did use gold. Okay, it should be fine. We don't want to use more than we need, right? Alright. So we will have one vent here and one vent here, because it's, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The output pipe for the steam turbine will be up here and right here, so it'll go straight down, and we'll need to get a couple of things to make that work. So let's change the priority of all this to a 9, and then we want to let them work. All right. What else do we need to do? We need to check on our other asteroid, make sure everything is going all right. Okay. Pipe is blocked on the liquid. Water's pretty good. Okay, we have no output pipe. We need to decide on where we want to put the oxygen creation. So I was thinking if we wanted to do that, we could go with, what am I thinking of here? We could go down here, keep it in the cold biome, right? That would probably be a good idea. Or we can do it above the hydrogen generators, which is also a good viable option. I think we're going to go above the hydrogen vents here. Yeah, this will probably be better because it's also cold up here, so we can keep that nice and tidy. Let's look at our temperature. Oh man, look at how hot that stuff is. But we did start creating a nice barrier for the base with the insulated tile. If this is too much, what we end up doing is adding temp shift plates, since we're really trying to remove the extra stuff that is creating heat in the base. So the next step for this asteroid is going to be, let's move the food generation, let's move the rock crusher, let's get that out of the base, let's also move the sieves out and those kinds of things. That way all of the production is elsewhere. So that is on the horizon for this asteroid. So we are going to take care of that shortly. Alright, let's switch. Let's go over to this asteroid, see how everything is coming along. Okay, so it's still going. You're not doing anything, so we are going to cut that pipe right there. Okay, and then since the area is going to be cold enough, we're going to use, you can use cobalt, you can use iron, you can use copper. It really doesn't matter because we are going to cool down these up here. Okay, there we go. That should be plenty. So we do this, that's 7, 6, 5. So 7 and 6 is 13. 13 and 5 is 18. And this is 20 tiles. So that should be plenty. Since we have 855 kilograms here, it should be plenty. We are going to use polluted water for this loop, since it has probably the best capabilities for keeping things nice and cold. Let's see, what else do we need to put here? Hopefully we won't have any issues with gases. We may have to, let's open up this one so the gas can flood out. Otherwise, all this carbon dioxide may not get deleted. Yeah, we're just gonna let that happen. Okay, now that's gone. And we can just close it up. I mean, there is a lot of water in here. We don't need that much, to be honest. So what we're going to do is open up this one so we don't have that much liquid in here. We really don't need that much liquid in here. Okay, let's change the priorities, get this done faster, and then let's mop up the rest of this at a higher priority. Alright, so this is looking really nice. I'm pretty pleased with how it's turning out. We also need automation, signal switch here, and we want where is it at here? We want an AND gate, like so. That's going to connect to this one, you and you. And all that is steel. Well, the AND gate is made out of gold, which should be fine. I hope. And Once this is done, then we can close it up. Okay, and then we will need a insulated pipe here. That water is going to be too hot. We do not want that in and out. We need some cobalt here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do a liquid bridge. Go over and over. And then we're going to go back. And then insulated pipe. Oh, I clicked off of it. Okay, let's go over, down. And then we want them to build on top of this. It's not going to connect right away, but that's fine. Okay, and then we go over and down directly into the input. We want an input bypass as well, so we are going to go past it, and then this is going to go over in this direction. The last thing we want is a liquid bridge, and we put the liquid bridge here specifically to stop the output going back into the input. Okay, and if you do not do that, it does not work properly. You have issues with the aqua tuner continually running, and it creates damage on the pipes, so we want to avoid that as much as possible. Okay, so now we have more of those. Go up and over. So this is our loop that's going to cool this area down and in here, and then if we need to make any more adjustments, we can. The next part is going to be no. We don't need obsidian here. We just want, yes, we want that. Okay, all that was made. Let's deconstruct this and let some water flow over here. You know, that might be okay. I just don't remember how much water we had in this one. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of some of the water. We'll wait for that, and that. There we go. All right. Much better. I'm feeling a lot better about that. Even if some of this falls down here and turns into steam, it's just gonna be fine, because eventually it'll just drop back to water once it cools off the area. They don't really go down there too much. It may go all of the way up here, which it should be fine. Okay, we had this at the highest priority, so why are they not done yet? There you go. All right. Again, the steam is going to go away. It's too it's not hot enough to maintain the steam in the vicinity. So once that cools off, we should be fine. Honestly, we should have these like done right away. And since we're already having the waterfall, might as well just add the rest of it. We do need to get a... Oh, what am I thinking of here? We do need to get a the polluted water down here. Oh, we don't need that. We want just a 9 and a 9. Scalding. Okay, now... No. How did they get out of there? Oh, they're going around. No, they shouldn't be able to go around. Alright, let's do this again. Move here. Thank you. You have a suit on. Let's see, who else? I think I saw a second duplicate over here. Just one? No. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why they would be able to go out here. It's not... Oh, they're always permitted? Vacancy. Okay. Now you move here. Yeah, I don't understand why they were able to get out of the area without a suit. That is very bizarre to me. It's not like we designated each one for a duplicate. Yeah. Okay. That was bizarre. Alright. Now that that's taken care of, the next step that I have is we want some of this plumbing. No, not plumbing. We need plumbing and we need... Oh, whoops. Some of that. And now we are going to cut the wire here. New printables. What did we get? Some sandstone? Okay. That's a freebie. I like those. How many Paku are in here? 4. Okay. Be free. The free Paku. Okay, we can wrangle you since there is a vacancy. Oh. Yeah, we probably could add a second or a fourth one of those. So since we've added the loop, the base is a lot more temperate, right? We've definitely curbed the very warm areas that were around and around the base, right? It's a little colder here, but you know what? I think that that's going to be fine. If we need to make an adjustment and instead of having just regular pipes all the way across, we could totally only have a little bit. But again, this loop is continuous going throughout the entire base, all of the way around, with the main regions being the continuous heat flash when they get past the Atmos suit areas. So we have cooling here, we have cooling here, and we have cooling here, right? It does help that this area is a lot colder, so it's also providing a nice barrier between the heat, but at the same time, we just wanted to make sure it is working the way we want it to. This area is also getting colder, so that is just what we are doing. Let's turn these on. We do need to fix those. Change that to a 9. That doesn't need to be changed. We have power here now. That is going to both of those. We need it to go to that as well. Change the priority of all this to a 9 as well. And then the last thing that we cannot forget about, we want a reservoir. I'm going to put it... Let's make this as high as that. We can get rid of all of this. And this. And then just create a ladder system. Honestly, we're going to get rid of all these ladders. It doesn't look good. It looks a little ridiculous, to be honest. And then we won't dig away these ones until this is all closed off and everything is out of the loop. Okay, we need to mop this up. We need to mop, not try to capture. Okay, turn that off. And then we need it to be below... We're just going to put below 1 degree right now, so that way it's turned off. I mean, it has to be... You have to have both of them turned on in order for that to work, but... I'm dormant for 11 cycles. This is great. We have plenty of time to focus on that. While that is working, let's actually take a look at our interior of the rocket. I think this is okay. We did run out of power last time. What did we do? Okay, so this is the mess hall, this is the bathroom, and that's the barracks. Is the hamster wheel, not hamster wheel, the manual generator. Excuse me. It is considered industrial machinery. So this would not be a mess hall. How could we change that? You know what we could do? We could get rid of this opaque orb, and we could put a oxygen diffuser here instead. And then add power to that, put algae in one of these storage tiles, and then that'll be their continuous job providing oxygen, because these are not considered industrial machinery. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, because then we come back here, we can let's cut off that, right? We can get rid of the canister. Let's remove that, and then we can put a solar panel on there instead. And this is what everybody was saying, you know, use the other means for oxygen, because this is not enough. Well, it's not that it's not enough, but it might not be the best way to provide oxygen, because you need the other modules for the to be more efficient. So, okay, while they're fixing that and changing that for us, we need to wait for this save. Oh my goodness. And then let's go back over here. I still want to know why they were able to go through this atmosuit area. They went down, up, and around. Oh, okay. All right, I see it. I see it now. All right, let's change that to maximum priority. We don't want any more scalding, because that's not fun to deal with. Okay. Let's go back down here. Has all of this been done? No. That would be why. And then we'll just make that a 7. Right, steel. All that looks pretty good. So the next step is going to be to vacuum that out after all that is removed. Okay, we have water in that pipe. We're not going to open that up. Well, if it falls down, that'd be fine. But see, all the steam that we had, it went away. It didn't last for very long. Even though this area is pretty warm, right? When we had that steam, it kind of flashed the area. But that's okay. We'll pick up all the water. And then let's change this to a 9 right here. Let's look at this piping. We're going to put some right there. And then the next step is going to be, we're going to go down. I don't know what that was, but, and over. The reservoir is going to be right there. And then we will connect that up when everything is finished. Oh no. There we go. They can't reach a lot of this, or what is the... I know what we need. We need to do that. Again, the reason we have this set up is so it cools the 500 degree Celsius hydrogen really nicely. I think this is going to work just fine. We may need to adjust it, but as long as we keep the loop running at a decent temperature, we shouldn't have any issues. Okay. That's looking great. Let's get rid of these. We don't need them anymore. Let's get some extra wiring back. Now, let's move a little bit faster on our speed. Overheated. That water sieve is always overheating now, huh? Okay. It's because the area is so hot too, so it's not really helping, even though it's made out of gold. 80 degrees is not great. So why don't we do this? Why don't we... What would be the easiest way? We could add it to this loop here to keep it cold. We could add it to this loop here if we wanted to. It's probably going to be easier to add this loop. So that's what we'll probably do. We'll go all the way up. Will they be able to reach? I don't think so. So we're going to go insulated with that. So we are going to need 2 pipes. We need to go back. And then this one is down. Okay, we are going to use, I mean, we don't need to use a liquid bridge for the second part, and that would just be overkill. Okay, now we do radiant pipe. We'll use cobalt. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's redo that. Cobalt, okay. There we go. So we're just adding a little extra on the loop here. That's gonna hopefully keep this area colder. And well, we know it's going to keep it colder. So let's not do that much because we want to keep this hot enough to keep those slicksters alive. We'll do this. No, that'll be better. Okay. Because this is going to always be running, right? Like almost 100% uptime. So that will get done really fast. Okay, when that water's out of there, we can close this up and ventilate all of the carbon dioxide. Hopefully they get that done. Quick. Come on. There we go. Okay. Did we finish the pipe? There we go. And now, let's just start filling up some of the polluted water from here into the reservoir. It's not going to get in the loop yet. We're not done. Yeah, I know you're overheating, but if we build all this, you should be fine. What we are going to do is also create a bit of an extra barrier to this area because this will get really cold. So we will do that in addition to it. There we go. We cannot eliminate access because unless we provide what am I thinking of here? The only way we can eliminate access is if we provide sand via shipping. And right now shipping is going one direction, so. Now a question for the veteran players. When you have so many water sieves, is it a better practice to put them all together instead of spread out? Like we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 of them. How do you guys handle your water sieves? Do you guys just keep them in the same area so that way they're easier to maintain on the temperature wise? That way if one breaks down, the rest of them work the way you want them to. How do you guys manage your water sieves once you're this far into the game? Please let me know. I would really appreciate some feedback about that. We're almost done with that extra pipe to keep this cold. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to temporarily turn off the water sieve. Okay. So in our automation, we do have the signal distributor route a single input signal out of one of the 4 possible outputs based on the selection made by the control inputs. So what we could probably do is use this kind of thing to automate the signal from one location to the next. And hey, I'm out of sand. And then you send the input to, we use like a smart storage instead of a storage bin for the sand. And then that'll send an input to the auto sweeper near our storage. Hey, I need sand. Boom, send sand here, right? That's how I think I would like that to work. But right now, I don't think it's, we're not focused on that. We're focused on other things, so. It's because all this needed to be completely done. It's higher priority, that's why that water's not moving. 10 cycles still. Okay, that looks great. Let's go back to our EOS rocket. Okay, that has been completely taken care of. Let's get the diffuser in here. And then with that as well, we want to copy this, and I'm just gonna put it underneath, right underneath the oxygen diffuser. Okay. Let's go back up here and see if it was deconstructed. It was, so let's add something. Let's add a solar panel above it. Right? 1, 2. There we go. That'll be much better. So it'll provide a good amount. If we look at our 60 watts, it might not seem like a lot, but that's going to keep things like the battery going when the rocket is not in motion. So let's go back over here, check out how we are doing. It's looking great. One of our escapee hatches, we need to grab that. Hey, Mr. Hatch, what are you doing over there? Okay, I think we found our loophole for the duplicants to get out into this area. So that was good. Let's check on everything in this direction. Scroll all the way down. Can they reach? Cannot. And that will fix the loop, keep this nice and cold. And we will contain that later on when we have the extra inputs done. Oh, they can't make that. But those don't need to be high priority. Those can be lower. Okay, they got rid of those. Let's obsidian, please. We do need to get more obsidian, and you know that would just lead to digging all this up, which is not a bad idea. I think if we decide to do that, it'd be very helpful to get the iron. It goes all the way over here. Look at so much obsidian. And then there's more obsidian down here, but we need to take care of the magma for that. Okay, that's good. So let's turn this on. Pipe is blocked. Okay. I was like, did we miss something? No, we didn't miss something. So that's going to be vacuumed. Okay. Now, they can't get over here, so that's why none of this has been completed. Oh, mafic rock. No. We want igneous rock, please. There we go. Much better. Okay, and then while we are at it, we have plenty of that. Extra power. You know, even though we don't really need it right now, it's still going to be nice to provide that. That's yellow. Why is that yellow? Oh, it's because all of these are running at the same time. How much is on this? 840. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? There we go. Now, you know, it'd be even better is if we just did that and got rid of this extra wire. Yeah, that'll be much better. Awesome. This is looking great. I'm going to fill up this reservoir a little bit more. That way, like I said, if we make any changes to this loop, we can. Pipe's not done yet, so we have to wait for all this to get completed. Please do not get stuck. Okay, let's look. That was completed. We'll do algae. Algae. And then we need power. That's turned off. We do need to sweep that suit. So in this one, we would need to find a better location for the same thing if we wanted to do the same changes. Okay, crude's looking good. Lots of lead, lots of fossil. Let's go back to our other asteroid. Main asteroid, that is. Okay, that one has been completed. We've got power. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's look at the loop. Loop is not done yet. It's almost there. We do need to have that. And all that should be, when that's all done, we should be great to just connect all the water and let it fill up the entire loop. Not overfill the loop, but enough to where it keeps it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do, no, we don't need to do that. We can just go straight. There we go. If we're bored, go dig. Alright, we have new printables again. Barbecue. We are going to send that to the other asteroid. Just so we can avoid having to send them food from the main asteroid, even though we don't have enough at all whatsoever. Look at all that. Yummy. Okay. Oh, they did decide to start dealing with those. Unreachable. Of course it's unreachable. Alright, let's go 1, 2, 3. Get rid of those. The last bit is right there. And how many more cycles? 8.2. Okay. So we have a little bit of time to keep making sure everything looks good. This was completed, so let's actually add that to the loop. We will cut the pipes here. We'll take this and go here and here. Okay. And that should start cooling the area nicely so it's not so hot. All right. I'm gonna let this cool it off a little bit more before we start adjusting. We could put a diamond temp shift plate in here. That would really help, I think. But That might be unnecessary. If we watch, look at how fast the temperature is going down, right? I'm gonna wait until it goes all the way down, closer to like 10 degrees, and then I'll reconnect the pipe, and we should be good to go. Actually, let's look at the pipe now. Yeah, we have plenty of water. That's why we have these as a buffer. Okay, let's look at our bases water. See, that changed everything. We didn't even need to open up the brine and get the brine. Once that loop was set, we were good. How long are we dormant? For 35 cycles. Okay. That's looking great. All right, let's take a look again. Temperature's still going down. We have plenty of time to change that. Last one. And then we will leave that be. Just needs a little bit of time. Okay, let's mop all of this up. Let's get it back in our system, in the system that we need it to be in. Let's get some of this done. That is not done yet. Okay. We're almost there. Plumbing. Plumbing looks good. Alright, let's cut off. Oh, that's totally fine. But it's super hot, so we don't want that. It was sending it in multiple locations, and that water was pretty warm. So now if we look over here, this is probably pretty hot still. Yep. But this is going down, and that's what we wanted. Now let's look at the loop. Okay, it's still negative 49, negative 47, negative 50. So it's not like this extra amount. So it comes in at negative 46.7. Right, that's this one. Follow that. It's still the same because we've got it cold. So once we introduce the loop with the water, which we're about to do, it's going to probably increase the temperature a smidge, but I don't think it's going to be so drastic that we have to worry about it. So let's let's just introduce it now and see how this goes. Okay. Let's look at the temperature and follow it. See, the temperature's going to go up right away, but at some point it will even out with the cold temperature of the nearby area. So that's what we want, right? We want it to maintain a good temperature inside of this area, and it slowed it down quite a bit. So we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll leave it alone. This looks good too. Let's turn off this, get rid of the vent, and then let's connect our loop, connect the piping. Okay. We need to fill it up. There we go. Okay, it's going to start cooling the area. You can just do that. This cut tool is so nice to have. Okay, we are almost there. And let's slow it down. Perfect. Okay. So the reason that we want to not put too much water in here is we want this looping effect where it just continues to run no matter what. And even if there's one gap, the one gap is better than stop and go, stop and go. Think of it like your rush hour traffic, right? Everything flowing is always better than the stop and go. So that's just kind of why we have it in this manner. Okay, we're picking up all the materials. Let's change the priority of all that to a 9. I want to get rid of it. Okay, those are connected. Not enough steam. All inputs are blocked. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Let's see, what else do we have going on? So we completely encapsulated the mushrooms, and that's really helped stabilize the temperature. I think the last thing I want to do again is throw one more temp shift plate in here. So let's do that. Oh, we finished the research. The monument. We have gotten it. Awesome. Monument here. It's just very expensive. 7.5 tons of steel, 2,500 kilograms of obsidian, and that's just for the base. If you look at the other ones, ceramic, plastic, 5 tons of steel. Same thing here, diamond, glass. We are going to need a lot of steel. Oh man. But we will need that to complete one of the achievements. So anyways, back to what we were talking about. We're going to throw ice in here one more time, right? And we're going to put it over here. Actually, let's not do it by the door. Let's just put it where ice. That way we can just mop it up here and it doesn't fall down into this pit like we have. All right, let's continue. Okay, that water kind of just, of course, you know what, we're gonna leave that there. No, maybe not a good idea to leave there, because if it gets so cold, that'll be bad, right? We need to change this though, because we are going to encapsulate this area. So we'll close this off when the water is taken care of. We got most of the materials. Honestly, we should get all of these materials while we are here. Otherwise, this whole area where it's going to cool down like everything, and we don't want that, right? We want to have more of the cooling going on in here. Right, let's change that priority. Can they reach this? No. Okay, so what we do then is we add ladders so they can reach. And then we let them take care of that. Change the priority, or not priority, change the speed. Let's check our temperature over here. Okay, so see how the sieve has kind of tapered at the 48-degree mark, right? It's not going much higher than that. If you look at the temperature of the area underneath, it's still the piping, not the piping, the ethanol is still about negative 50 degrees Celsius. It's what it was pretty much before, and we didn't break the loop. We just added a little extra, and that's totally fine as long as we keep the areas we need warm and the areas that we need cool cold. And again, we completely surrounded that with insulated tile to stop the hot from getting over there. So, all right, that looks great. Okay, they did all that. Let's get this stuff finished off. No, 9 please, 9, there we go. And then we want to remove all of this material. Man, those saves take a really long time now. The last thing that we need to select our last research, everyone. We are almost there. It's the last one on the tree. So hopefully we can get there pretty quickly. I think we will be able to without much of an issue, especially because our researchers do such a great job. This is so freaking awesome. I love it. I want one of these in my house. I don't know about everybody else, but that would be sweet. Hopefully we don't run out of those right away. We'll be close though. Don't you drop off that pinch row egg. Why is that? Oh. It's just going back and forth. Okay. So that is going down. And we need a separate line. That's what we need. Okay. You know what we can do? Temporarily stop that from happening. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna leave it alone for now until we fix that. Because we don't want a super mad poke shell. Not yet, at least. Not until later. Okay, they took care of that. We need the heavy watt conductor plate. Flip that around. And then... there we go. We'll go straight down. No, not mafic rock. Igneous rock, please. Perfect. That should cater to the needs that we want. Turn all that to a 9. Perfect. Okay. Looking great. There's a lot of good stuff that we have done here. I'm just keeping an eye on this. We're keeping an eye on a couple of different things that we have set up. This is staying, oh, it's even lower than 48 degrees now. So once the area got colder, so did the sieve. Which I'm completely okay with. And the next thing we can do if we really needed to is we can make this area even more encapsulated and do other things like cooking or whatever on the other side. But I'm not going to change any of that right now. We're going to change that later on. Don't need these. Building melted. And that's totally fine. We are going to leave some of that in here. I don't mind that this is so cold because if we wait a second, when the temperature stabilizes, it's going to be just fine. See, everything is still growing. The temperature is meshing with the super warm temperature inside. So again, the ice is super powerful in providing the support like that. In a pinch, it does wonders in different areas. I love the stickers. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I get distracted. This game is full of that so much sometimes. So let's continue. How is this looking? We have 6 cycles left until this turns on. We want to turn that up to a higher priority. But I think the loop is now going to stop turning on until it's ready. I think we need to remove a little bit of water because we saw the stop and go for a second. So we are going to turn that up for a little bit higher of a priority. Like, do it now, please. There we go. We don't have a location for sucrose yet. We need to be careful where we put that because it could be utilized for a few different things. I don't want all the grubs eating it all. So we're gonna get rid of a little bit of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we will just let the water come back in. We'll let one of those back in. Yeah, I think maybe we shouldn't do that. It was just to see how well it is when it's not working versus when it is, and I think that is, we've kind of got our answer to the question. So we're going to do that again. Just a little bit more. Okay. Come on. Let's get to it. Thanks, Liera. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's look at this now. It's still kind of stopping and going. It's a little better, so we're gonna do that again. It's fine when the aqua tuner is working, but it's not fine when we're only using the when we're using the bypass. So I don't want it to stop when it's doing either one of those. So having an extra gap is probably the route that we need to go. The other fix would be adding piping and then going up and over again, but that looks weird, so we're not going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we have a little bit of a gap, and the loop is working better than it did prior. So we're just going to leave that alone now. There's only one gap that I see, which is right here. And I think that that's more than enough for what we have intended. Okay. So that looks good. We're picking up all the materials that we have lying around over here. I want all of it to be moved into the storage. That way it can cool off, right? It's not too hot here because we have the liquid pipe, regular liquid pipe, providing cooling. Okay. Yeah, we ran out of data banks, so let's look at our rocket. We need to send the rocket out again. We don't have glass, so we need to make some more glass, which is easy enough. We're in a cold biome here. Let's make... I changed my mind. Let's deconstruct this here. That way we can get the glass from it and use that to our advantage instead of having to make more. We'll need to make more later on, but I'm okay with not having to do that right now. I think we may end up creating a puffed farm. So that way we have enough slime to keep making mushrooms. We'll have to wait and see. Now, okay. Do we not have enough slicksters yet? Wait, why is that? Why do you have severe wounds? It should be super hot in here. Okay, so you know what we need? Here's what we need. Food. Cat condo. Yes. One here. And one here. A happy slickster is, well, a happy slickster. Okay, you can stop. You can stop. We just wanted to pull up a little bit of that water. Awesome. If we look at the temperature, it totally equalized, and we got rid of a lot of the super cold, and it's really nicely temperature, so we won't have to make any changes for a while. Okay. Let's move the iron. Same thing over here. We are going to create insulated tile right there. Oh, it is a 9, okay. Let's put sucrose here too. I guess sucrose. But we are going to slow it down right about there, everybody. I think that this was a very beneficial episode. It's the second one in making our hydrogen tamer that really utilizes the same type of system that we had before, but I wanted to create it a different way than what we've seen, so that way we can really cool down the hydrogen, because in the future, if we wanted to make supercoolant or liquid hydrogen, that would probably be helpful, right, in some sort of way. So I'm trying to look at being proactive in that manner. Please let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think and how we are handling this situation. And if you have any suggestions or comments or questions, please let me know in the section below, and I will respond when I am able to. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.